right, here we go. Welcome to Introducing NFTs with Katie and Witch.eth. Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. I'm excited to share all this NFT Alpha with the new people who want to enter this space. It's an inside joke, friends. One of the terms that are used in the NFT space is alpha, and me and Katie were just talking about how we're not quite sure what it means. But in some ways it means here's the 411, and we want to do a quick video, or as quick as we can possibly make it, to introduce you to the NFT space so that you can start collecting and begin your NFT journey.
Absolutely. It's very exciting times right now.
Indeed, indeed. All right. So first and foremost, what are NFTs? Specifically, they are non-fungible tokens as opposed to a fungible token. So like you may be familiar with Dogecoin or Ethereum, or what's the other one? That's the big one that I suddenly can't remember the name of.
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. There we go. These are all fungible tokens, meaning one Bitcoin is equal to another Bitcoin. They're all Bitcoins. A non-fungible token is a digital collectible that is not the same as the others. So if you have a Bored Ape from the Bored Ape Yacht Club, your Bored Ape will not be the same as the other Bored Apes and may be worth more or less in value depending. Do you have anything else you want to say, add to that?
No, I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
I think you're really good at explaining that part.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So blockchain, what is blockchain technology? Blockchain is actually super exciting for the future of the internet and digital ledgers, digital record keeping. So a blockchain, the reason it was created, or the reason it was, well, it was created as a ongoing ledger. I think it was created for like notaries and stuff, but the way that its use case ended up being used most prominently was with the creation of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was built on the blockchain, and the reason they did that was because with blockchain technology, you can't take away information, you can only add information. And if you were to try and hack the blockchain, you would have to hack not only one part of it, but all the different coins that exist, because they have a running tally of the history of transactions that have occurred on the blockchain, which is kind of confusing, but also super exciting.
Great.
So NFTs are built on blockchain technology. And I'm going to let you do this next part, Katie.
Wait, where are you?
NFT is cultural status.
I don't see that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I sharing my screen?
Well, I'm on what are NFTs?
Yeah. Okay. So blockchain tech, and then
Yep.
and NFT is cultural status.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Like we're moving in, like NFTs in the entertainment sector, everybody's going to be moving into the NFT world. And we're already seeing that start now with various celebrities getting their PFPs, what we call profile or picture for proof. And you've got Snoop Dogg, who's a crypto punk. Reese Witherspoon just bought into
World of Women.
World of Women. I get that one backwards every time. And Elijah Wood is a dead fella. So yeah, we've got people moving into the space, which is super exciting and fun, because they will obviously bring a lot of attention to this as we slowly move into this world.
Right.
And we've got all the NFTs. It's very art driven at this point, but we're slowly seeing the music sector come into play. I think I've seen some writing coming in for books and stuff. So it's just, we're in the beginning phases. It's just very exciting to see all the creativity coming along.
Yes, definitely. Also notice Arizona Iced Tea bought a Bored Ape from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Now, why is this interesting? It's interesting because the thing about a lot of these NFTs is they grant you IP rights. Is that what it's called? Intellectual property rights.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Once you own one of these Bored Apes, you can use that ape, the image of the ape that you own, to brand and sell things because you own the IP of that ape. So it was interesting when Arizona Iced Tea bought a Bored Ape. I know that Visa bought a Bored Ape. No, Visa bought a CryptoPunk.
Yeah,
You might
that's
have
right.
also bought a Bored Ape. So yeah, it's very, very interesting, very cool how all of these people and institutions are moving into this space. But it's also, I think, part of the reason they're all moving into this space is because, well, it's popular, but
Fun.
also like it's revolutionary. It's going to change the art. So when you mint a NFT on the blockchain, you can set the future percentage of royalties every time your NFT gets bought and sold.
Mhm.
And so you can put 2.5% or 5% or whatever, and you can change it later also if you need to.
Oh, we need
But
to.
what that means is that every time your piece sells, you will get a royalty. And it's provable that it's yours because it's, it's minted on the blockchain. It's a bit like a copyright. And I kind of wonder if blockchain technology will sort of make copywriting unnecessary in the future. I think
Well,
that's far ways out, but
well, something interesting that's already happened that Adobe is doing, that through Photoshop, you'll be able to choose an NFT setting,
yep, I saw
which
that.
is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very excited about that as
Yeah.
well.
So they're moving really fast on this, which, I mean, this is all huge, especially for, artists that are just starting on their journey. This really sets them up for success.
Yeah. It is very exciting to watch so many young artists on Twitter like making money doing art. Like
Absolutely.
can you imagine, Katie? I know you and me are a little bit older than
Yeah,
the
we're
young
we're,
kids,
we're
right?
considered the geriatric crew. We don't have to admit to it because we have PFPs. No one ever has
Right,
to.
right. Nobody knows. Not unless we dox ourselves.
Yeah, no, and I won't.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what we were saying.
Oh, talking about the
Oh yeah,
Adobe.
young kids. Yeah, so these
Yeah,
young artists are making thousands of dollars doing art, and
yeah,
it's so exciting to watch because we're seeing like a generation of creatives
mhm.
like inspired and being sort of not told to, but like they encouraged to continue creating their art, and they're being rewarded for it. So that's really, really exciting.
Really turns the creative world on its head because everyone's grown up listening to, oh,
Yeah,
you can't do it. You've got to get a real job. You can't get paid for that. Even though if you look at history, what do we turn to? Like during the pandemic and a lockdown, we
right,
turn to the arts. Like
right.
it is very much a part of our world. So now it's going to be compensated as part
Yeah,
of our world.
yeah, very exciting. All
Mhm.
right, so let's get into the nitty gritty of it. How do you buy NFTs? Well,
Mhm.
first and foremost, I need to explain a little bit about Web3. And I say that full well
Mhm.
knowing that I am not great at understanding what Web3 is. But basically, like the beginnings of the internet, if you're old enough, I know we got at my high school, we had the internet introduced to us when I was in high
Yeah.
school.
Mhm.
So, and then the Web 2 is considered to be like the social media integration of the internet and interacting and having apps sort of interact with everything. Now we're moving to Web 3, where like Web 3 websites often end in like .io, which is input output, but it's where if you have a Web3 web page, then the MetaMask Chrome browser wallet can interact with the website. So Web3 are these web pages that are created to be able to interact with these cryptocurrency wallets, among other things. I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but that's as far as I understand
And it sounds great. You
it.
understand it more than I do.
Then we have MetaMask. MetaMask is, well, there's a lot of different wallets that people like, but MetaMask seems to be the one that is most used. Although I have heard people talk about Trust Wallet being really good also. So MetaMask is a Web3 wallet extension on your Chrome or on your Brave browser. You'll see a little fox, a little MetaMask fox on your your fast link board up top on your website, and you can click it to see your transaction history or how much Ethereum you're holding. I'm currently holding 0.02, which is
I'm at
like,
0.0233.
yeah, it's like $40-$50, which is nothing in the NFT world. Basically, I'm trapped until I get more Ethereum because I can't afford to do anything right now.
Yeah. Same.
That's a bit to go on. Once you get into NFTs, always be interpreting NFTs in terms of Ethereum and not in cash dollars or whatever your national currency is.
Yeah.
So MetaMask is literally just it's a hot wallet. It's a hot wallet, meaning it is in use, ready to go. A cold wallet is like Ledger or I forget what the other one's called. It's
Is it
like
Trezor?
what?
Trezor?
Yeah,
Trezor.
Trezor. Yeah, Ledger or Trezor are two types of cold wallets that are kind of like USB drives that you would connect to your computer. They have their own seed phrase and password and everything, and you would move your NFTs to a cold wallet so that if your computer gets compromised, you won't lose your NFTs or your Ethereum. Which brings us to a seed phrase. When you open up a MetaMask or a Coinbase or BlockFi or any of these cryptocurrency apps, interaction apps, savings apps, etc., you'll be given a seed phrase, which is usually 12 to 16 or 12 to 24 words. You want to write down those words in order on a piece of paper. Do not take a screenshot.
Yeah, no.
And I think that's it. Just do not take a screenshot and never tell anybody your seed phrase. Nobody will ever ask for your seed phrase. If somebody's asking for your seed phrase, they're trying to scam you. And if you want, you can mess with them, but I would just block them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with every transaction that you do on the blockchain, well, specifically on the Ethereum blockchain, because this is not true for the Polygon blockchain or the layer 2 solutions that have been built on the Ethereum blockchain. This is all information you don't necessarily need, but every time you buy or post an NFT, you will have to pay a gas fee. Currently, this week, gas fees have been outrageous, going from like $140 to $200 and upwards of that. Now, I usually only say it in ETH, but because you're probably not translating things to ETH yet, I'm just going to say it. And say it in dollars. But so this week, the gas fee for me has been anywhere from 0.03 to 0.07, at which point I just cannot do the transaction because I can't afford the gas fee. So these gas fees it's like the tip you pay to the cryptocurrency miners who are mining the Ethereum blockchain and validating your transaction. In the next year or two, Ethereum will be moving to the layer 2 solution for all of Ethereum, which makes it proof of stake instead of proof of work. That should make the gas fees go away, because proof of stake means if you own 32 Ethereum, you become a node in the Ethereum blockchain, and then your node validates the transactions by being decentralized and comparing to other nodes to make sure that no false transactions have been put into the blockchain or something like that. Where right now it's proof of work. So every time you do a transaction, the cryptocurrency miners or the Ethereum miners with their mining rigs are mining the transaction by doing complicated math problems to make sure that the transaction is legitimate. Yeah. And then the ebb and flow of the market. I kind of just want to talk about this because when you first get into NFTs, you can be feeling a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out. You'll see a drop for this NFT collection that you really want, but when you try and mint or buy an NFT from the website, so you mint it, meaning when you mint an NFT, you get a randomly generated NFT from that collection. If you buy on secondary, you can pick which NFT you want based on looks. So the ebb and the flow of the market is, I have noticed more and more drastically, I cannot buy mints. I can't participate in the gas wars. which is to say, if a lot of people are trying to mint something at the same time, the gas becomes astronomical. And if you can't afford to pay the gas, then you're not going to get to mint. So then what I have been doing is I've noticed that when a project drops, usually at the very beginning, especially if it's really hot and everybody wants it, it'll be, the mint will sell out immediately, and on secondary, it'll be selling for way above mint. If you wait it out for a week to a month, you might be able to pick it up on secondary for a better price. For example, the ON1, the ON1 ON1 project, it dropped a couple months ago. It's just, I think I'm saying it wrong, but it's a really cool project. When it first came out, like the mint was way too expensive, so nobody could get it. And then the floor price, so the lowest price you could get one for, was quickly like 5 Ethereum or 3 Ethereum. And I think if you look at it now, it's at 1 Ethereum or less, because right now we're sort of in a lull. So there's always an ebb and flow of a market. Just like in the crypto markets, you don't want to buy something on the high end. Like, you don't want, when it's going up, you don't want to buy it then. You want to try and wait till it starts to go down and buy it on the cheap, because these definitely ebb and flow. They go up and down. Katie, you have anything you want to add to these?
No, I'm agreeing with you. It's great. I mean, and it's hard because when you first get started, you're going to see so many things you want, and you're just going to be buying it all. Just breathe.
Yeah.
It'll come together.
Yeah. And when you first start out, you're going to be like, I mean, so a little backstory here. I got Katie to get into NFTs. What was it, like a month ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about, I think it was August, we talked about it, and it took me until like October 1 to pull the trigger.
Yeah. When you first get into it, like, what was one of the first things that was the most shocking for you, Katie?
Oh my God, the gas fees.
Yeah, the gas fees. It's like you can't do anything without spending $100 for no particular reason except paying a gas fee. And then also translating everything into ETH. So as much as things are priced at 0.06, 0.08, and you're like, yeah, 8 cents, because your mind is immediately thinking of dollars, and then you realize, no, that's $400. You're not going to be able to do a whole lot as you enter into the NFT space right away, because you're not going to have enough money. But the way that you start to make money is, I have found, if you see some good projects, buy 2, right, Katie?
Yes.
Buy 2, so that when it starts to take off, you can sell 1 at a profit and get your return of investment, but also maybe, stack some ETH so that you can invest in another project you've been looking at.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. My goal is 2 to 3 per project I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to have big L's, big losses on this. I think
some right
minted
now.
a couple of projects, a few weeks back or a month back, where I like minted 3 of each. The fact that I could mint was probably the red flag. And I have like 3 of these projects that are like going nowhere at this point. So like, but I wanted to have 3 just in case it took off.
Yeah, you just don't, it is a crapshoot. I mean, it's gambling with beauty.
Did I lose you?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, you said it was gambling.
Oh, gambling with beauty.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is gambling with beauty. I dig that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Also, it seems like the best indicator of a strong NFT is the community, not just the amount of interaction of the community, but the abilities of the people within the community. So like some of these communities have like serious abilities with design or 3D graphics, or, all these different things. And if you have a strong community, it builds up the value of the NFT. Also, if you have a strong community, they don't paper hand, and we'll get to that in a few more slides. All right, so some NFT Alpha. Again, we don't really know what the alpha means, but we think it means 411. some big information you want. Katie, go ahead and hit this first one for me.
Yes. So what I have found for the NFTs to help me wrap my mind around it is finding a niche that I enjoy. And as I say this, even Gary Vee said the same thing on Twitter a couple of days ago. And for me personally, that's been I'm really into the women-led projects. I love all the art that the women are producing and just love seeing the women rise in this space. And I'm also enjoying the one-to-one art pieces and photography pieces, which is kind of where I'm putting all my NFT or my Ethereum at the moment.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. That's really good. I also like to try and support other women-led projects and women-led one-of-ones, because, well, historically,
Time to
right?
rise.
Historically, we
Yep.
got to give women need to come on up now. And
Yeah,
here's an opportunity.
yeah, there was somebody posted something recently talking about all the successful artists, and I think 87% of them are men
Yeah.
at this point. Like, yeah, so it's our chance to like join the ranks.
Right. Yes. Yes. But be aware. Let me give you some NFT history. I feel like I'm an old person talking about, oh, back in the days, 4 months.
Back 4 months ago.
Yeah.
PS NFT space moves really fast.
Really, really fast. And if like people make jokes about how we've been in this for hundreds of years because of how fast it moves, but
Yeah,
it's like
that's 1 month.
legitimately
Yeah.
that fast. So when I make a joke about in the beginnings of NFT, like so many months ago, like it does feel like it was such a long time ago. But here is some hot goss from the beginnings of NFT. There is the Fame Lady Squad, and you'll notice that Katie's PFP is one of the Fame Lady Squad NFTs. The original project was supposedly created by 4 women, and it was like the first female-led, female-specific PFP project in the NFT space. And so everybody got all into it, super excited, bam, 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 sold out. Everybody bought it. Prices are going up. It's awesome. Then there's this other female-led, supposedly, project coming out. And the beauty of blockchain, people who know how to look at transactional history did a little bit of research and realized the creators of the Fame Lady Squad were the same as the creators of this new supposedly female project, and they were 4 Russian dudes. And so totally outed on Twitter. The Russian dudes were like, what? We didn't say we were women, but on their website, it specifically said they were women. So the project totally tanked for like a day until some of the women of the community did a whole brokerage thing where they took over the project, changed over the wallet addresses so that any future residuals don't go to the 4 Russian guys, but go to the new leaders of the project and the community wallet, blah, blah, blah. So they reclaimed and retook the Fame Lady Squad. And ever since then, its value has been going back up.
Yep.
So yeah, lots of drama in the NFT space, but also like the drama is so good when everything is on the blockchain, you can't really hide it. So people keep getting caught doing stupid shit all the time. Okay, number 2, this one's you also.
Oh yes, deep breaths. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint. If you miss a drop you wanted, you can always buy it on the secondary or just wait. I promise there's another project coming along. They're literally constant. There'll be so many things you're interested in. So just remember, take a deep breath, and actually some other advice that I've seen and actually liked is be okay losing this money. So don't overextend yourself.
Yeah.
If the NFTs you purchase go to 0, you've got to be okay with that.
Yeah. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Except every time I read that, this is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm like, it's kind of a sprinting marathon, but
it is a faster pace than you're ready for. Yeah. It is a little fast.
But yes, there have been so many drops that I'm like, God, I really want one of those, but I couldn't afford it. And then I wait a day and there's another project that comes around and that project loses steam or whatever. Okay, so the next one, where we both found the most success. I've actually had some pretty good success in the NFT space. If I didn't have to use my NFT earnings to pay my mortgage a couple months ago, I could have used that ETH to reinvest in more NFTs. So one of the projects, I think my biggest win so far, I paid 0.009, which at the time was roughly $20 for a dirt bag. You can see the dirt bag project on Opensea, and they also have a Twitter. So this person who's creating the dirt bags, every drop is 0.009. And I was a friend of this person already because we both collected Alien Boy. And so I was already on this person's Twitter. And so I was already like, I was seeing the stuff and I was like, oh, these dirt bags look cool. Okay, 0.009, I'll get a dirt bag. And so the first 2 drops, I was able to grab a dirt bag each time. I think I even had like 3 or 4 dirt bags.
Damn.
And then when the third drop, because this person was revealing or minting like 5 dirt bags at a time. So then you could just go over to Opensea, and as soon as it was listed for sale, you try and buy it. So on the third drop, there were like maybe 5 to 7 new dirt bags to buy, and I had picked out the ones I wanted, and I waited till right at the time. And as soon as the time goes, I clicked to buy, and it already sold. The entire drop sold out in less than 30 seconds. And from that point on, I was never able to get a dirt bag at drop because I don't know if people are using bots or or if they're upping their gas fee and paying a ton of gas to be able to get the transaction first. I don't know. But so I had these 4 dirt bags and I was unable to buy any more dirt bags, but I held on to them and I sold, I think 2 of them I sold for a profit, like 0.25 and then 0.25, which is a pretty decent profit.
Yeah, that's a good profit.
Coming out at 0.009. And I had one last dirt bag I was holding on to, and I get this bid, this WETH bid, so wrapped Ethereum bid on my dirt bag for 2.1 Ethereum.
Damn.
And I was like, I thought it was a bot. I thought it was because a lot of bots are in this space that will give you low bids in order to flip. So I said something like, this bot, I'm not selling to a bot. But then somebody reached out and DM'd me and was like, no, it's not a bot. It's this guy in the Discord. He was talking about wanting to get that one. And I was like, oh, shoot, is this a person? If this is a person, I will accept the bid. So that was my biggest win so far.
Nice. That is a big one.
Yeah, a pretty big one.
I haven't sold anything, so I'm holding on to everything I've bought so far. There's a couple that I think are deadbeats that I may just get rid of just to get some money out of it. Yeah, I haven't sold anything yet because everything I'm buying, I just want to hold.
Yeah, it took me a while before I started selling things. And the one piece of advice information that helped me start to begin selling was somebody tweeted, you have to price your NFT at a place where the buyer also feels like they can make a profit. And I was like, oh, because I think one of the first projects I had a big holding of was the Alien Boy. And it came out soon enough after the Bored Ape Yacht Club that everybody thought it was going to be the next big thing. And so I priced all of my aliens at like 0.51 to keep with the Area 51 theme, or like 51 ETH, thinking that like I got some hot ones and people are going to want them and pay that much ETH. And then I never sold any Alien Boys. And I was like, then I saw that tweet and I was like, okay. So my technique for making sales, and I'm pretty good at it now, is you go check the floor price of the project you want to sell, see where it's at. If it's high enough that you're going to make a decent profit and you're okay with that, then you want to price yours at just above floor level or right in the middle of floor level. You don't want to undercut. So if like the floor is like 0.12, you don't want to post it at 0.11. You want to post it at 0.12 also, or a little bit higher, so that the person who's shopping has a little bit of a choice. Undercutting just ruins the floor, and that kind of ruins the value for everybody.
Sends Discord into a frenzy.
Yeah, and everybody calls you paper hands. Yeah. But if the floor is at 0.12 and you paid 0.08, it's not a big profit, but it's enough of a profit if you need some liquidity or you need some ETH. So you just price it at 0.12, and I guarantee in the next hour or two it will sell.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for some more NFT Alpha, Katie had added attend Twitter Spaces when you can. Yes. And I agree.
Yes. When you see those, when you see those on Twitter, jump on where you can, because there's good people dropping lots of knowledge all the time, and you can pick up little tidbits, and you can even, like at the end, they typically do question and answers. You can always go to the stage and ask your question if you want. Yeah. Cool. All right. NFT security. And this is very, very important because we are still in the wild, wild west. Yeah. So people will scam you if they can.
Katie added this from Punk6529 from the Twitter, the NFT portfolio and value type. If you're,
Yes.
go ahead.
He's got great info. Like if you want to find, like follow someone, he's always posting really good information. He's heavily involved in the space and I feel like he's been in it for a bit. But he was just writing about how do you know where to keep your money so that you don't get hacked and don't lose anything. And his point is when you're at $0 up to about 2,000, you would keep that in your hot wallet, which is going to be your Metamask Coinbase wallet. And once you get higher, like for anywhere from 1,000 to $1 million plus, you definitely want that in a hardware wallet, which is your Ledger or Trezor, basically your USB.
Yeah.
You don't want it reachable.
Yes. And they are unhackable unless you give out your seed phrase.
It's never, ever, ever,
never give out your seed phrase. You also may want to invest in a fireproof safe to keep your seed phrases in, because God forbid your house burns down. If you lose all your seed phrases in that fire, you lose everything. If you do not have your seed phrase, there is no way to go back and get your stuff. Now, this is where I think this is also part of the Wild West. Like the seed phrases are awesome because you can't really guess 12 words in order or whatever. But also like the fact that like if there's no, seed phrase, like you can't go get your seed phrase back if you lose it. Like it's still the Wild West because people are going to lose this stuff.
Yeah, it's not like your password and you just click a button and have them email.
I forgot my password. Help me back in. Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Like, you're out.
I've heard many stories of the thousands of Bitcoin that will be lost forever and ever. Actually, some guy recently tweeted about how he bought like 1,000 Bitcoin and had it on in like a hardware wallet or something.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Bought like more Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2017, back when it was still really, really low. And then he got married to his wife and threw away a box of tech, like gadgets and gizmos and thumb drives. And it's in there. And people on Twitter were like, dude, just spend $1 million to go through that, buy that landfill and go through it. Cause there's enough money in that hardware wallet that you wouldn't be losing any money to buy the landfill and go through it. I mean, that's probably billions of dollars. But so I guess my point is, there are so many stories of people who would be millionaires, billionaires now, but they lost their seed phrase. Or their seed phrase, like they had it on an old computer and they got a new computer. So these are very important things.
Yes.
Also, in the early days of crypto, I think nowadays, if you try to send Ethereum to a Bitcoin wallet, it will tell you like that's the wrong address. But like back in the beginning days, you had to know you only send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin wallet and you only send Ethereum to an Ethereum wallet. And if you send your Bitcoin to an Ethereum wallet, the person you sent it to will never receive it and you will never have it again. It is gone. Yeah, crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. Oh, the Wild West of crypto and NFTs. All right, more on NFT security. If you find a free NFT in your Opensea collection, it may be malicious. Hackers have been sending free NFTs to people, and then when they try to sell them, the code in the NFT gives the bad actor access to your wallet. If you think the free NFT is not malicious, check the project's Discord to see if they've announced airdropping NFTs to holders. If they have not, chances are it's a malicious NFT. Also, do not click on any link sent to your DMs in Discord or Twitter. They have found a way the hackers and the bad actors have found a way to make Google Docs or other sort of normal looking links that when you click it, it screen shares your entire computer to the hacker and they empty out your wallet. So don't click on any links. And also, if you tweet about MetaMask support or OpenSea support, you will definitely have dozens of scammers posting links to your tweet saying they can help. Do not interact with them. I always just, what's that word? I report them.
Mhm.
Some people post these, they'll make funny tweets and say like, I need help with my MetaMask, I have my seed phrase. And then next thing you know, there's all these different like scammers. I think it's because they have bots that are programmed to post it whenever you see MetaMask support or whatever, saying I can help, and then you click the link and then boom, everything's gone. So MetaMask does not have support. That's the actual truth of it. MetaMask does not have support, and Opensea does have support, but they are, until they up their workers, they're super understaffed. You have to keep in mind this NFT like whirlwind is only like 6 months old. So this platform, has had 6 months to try and hire people and innovate. Katie, did you have anything you wanted to add to any of this?
No,
it's good. Okay. OpenSea, Discord, and Twitter. This is the holy trinity of NFTs. If you are religious, please do not take offense to that. I don't mean to. It's so obvious. These are the 3 places that you go on a daily basis. As soon as you get into the NFT space, like Katie, for the last month, have you gone a day without checking all 3?
Oh my God, something I've never done in my social media lifetime. I have notifications on Twitter. It's bad.
I have notifications on for like specific tweeters.
Yes, I do. But I end up getting anything I've tweeted, all the responses come in.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fine. I mean, because it moves so fast, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, totally. So in Discord, how do I explain Discord to people who don't understand Discord? It's like chat rooms, but for gamers.
Yeah.
And in Discord, when you open up the app, you will probably not have any servers. And then once you start to join servers, you'll have little circles pop up on the left-hand side. And these are all the different servers for the projects that you have joined. And in there will be announcements and general chat area where you can check out the community and see what announcements are going on. Discord is where you're going to get all the information you need to know about all the different NFT projects. And here's something, most big NFT projects, I would say most big NFT projects have a Discord. I do not have a Discord, even though I am a creator of NFTs, but my collections are so small that I don't think I need a Discord yet.
I don't have one either.
I don't know that I can manage a Discord community, but I might need to in the future. And then, you know what, I'll just hire somebody to do my Discord. But yeah, Discord is where you're going to go to keep up to date on all this information. Twitter is where you engage with the NFT community and see what people are buying. Also, if you need to make a sale, you want to post on Twitter. Like, people will click through and possibly buy things. I've made a lot of sales by posting on Twitter something that I have that I think I have underpriced. Like, not terribly underpriced, but underpriced enough that the collector will like that price and would like to buy it. So I'll post something on Twitter like, hey, I think I underpriced this, and put a link to the OpenSea, and next thing you know, it sells. You always want to make sure you have your links to OpenSea. That way people can click right through and buy whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
Twitter is also, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, Twitter is where you're going to meet a whole bunch of people in this space. Like, you're literally going to make your friends in Twitter. Like, it's crazy. If
you have not been on Twitter for a long time, because
why would you?
Well, I mean, because of bullying, like, if you don't want to engage in the hardcore academic understanding of specific, I'm not saying this right. Twitter is very politicized and very
opinionated,
angry and opinionated. And like, I'm a sociology professor by trade. Like, that's what I'm like. So a lot of things on Twitter, like on non-NFT Twitter, like, I understand it, but the ways in which people interact, as with most social media, is, anger. So in NFT Twitter, specifically the NFT community on Twitter, it's like a spoken and unspoken rule. You don't post about politics. You don't post angry. You don't post mean.
You literally post happy and root each other on. Like it's
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. If you're a new artist in the NFT space, you want to go follow other one-on-one artists and you promote them, and then they might promote you back.
Yep.
It's a community.
Yep.
Also, just side note, Opensea is the main Ethereum NFT network marketplace right now. However, this may change in the future because Coinbase has announced their NFT platform that they will be revealing in the next month or two. I don't know when it's happening, but it's like 3 million users or something, right?
Yeah. There's that. And also Facebook is up to something.
Facebook's doing the metaverse. So they're putting a ton of
Okay.
energy and interest into the metaverse.
Okay.
And a lot of people are making rightfully so, making the argument that NFTs main utility is going to be metaverse and video game stuff.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah. So all very interesting. Okay, some terminology that you're going to need to know when you're on NFT Twitter. WAGMI. We're all going to make it. See how happy it is? We're all going to make it. Good morning and good night, GM and GN. Katie, how many times do you post a GM with a little coffee?
Gosh. So when I'm having coffee in the morning, I literally post hundreds of GMs with a coffee emoji.
Yep.
Just to get to know people. And it's really paying off.
Yeah, it works really well. Yeah. I recently started interacting with the GM, the good morning posts, and it's made a big difference. I tend to be more introverted, so I see things and I like them. I'm trying to push myself to like respond back more.
Yep.
The term wrecked is often used by like when people say, don't get wrecked, don't buy this when it's on a high end, wait till it corrects and you can buy at a good place. Don't get wrecked. Also, I should have added rugged.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You don't want to get rugged.
You may have subconsciously tried to forget that one.
Yeah. I don't know that I've actually been rugged. I've seen projects that have been rugged.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true. I'm in the Untamed Elephants. That project rugged, but then it got transferred to a new leader within the NFT community, and that person is now taking the project and is trying to correct it or like fix it. So what does it mean to be rugged? To get the rug pull out from under you. So like the famed Lady Squad, that would be a classic example of being rugged, because you thought you were buying into something because of a ideal, and then you find out you're being manipulated. Also, other ways in which projects will rug you is if they create a project and then they disappear. They delete their Discord, they delete their Twitter. You've got these NFTs, but they're worth nothing because the creator is gone with all the Ethereum they earned when you bought it. So they talk about projects that rug, and believe me, a ton of projects have rugged, but the NFT community is so amazing that a lot of those rugged projects have actually had like a phoenix out of the flames scenario, because people in the community step up and take it over.
Yeah, true.
Alpha, we don't really know what that means, but we think it means big information that's important.
Yeah.
Or like the big project that, like the big thing that a project is dropping.
Yeah.
HODL, HODL. This is actually a play on, for any old school gamers, Pond, because the guy or the person who was coding that one video game accidentally put Pond, PWNED, instead of owned. Like, you've been owned. It was like, you've been pawned. And so people play with this and they think it's hilarious, these purposeful misspellings of things. And HODL is one of those. HODL means hold, meaning don't sell. But it also means hold on for dear life, because if a project suddenly goes down in value, do not sell at a loss, just hold, because it will most likely correct and go back up in value at some point. An airdrop is when a project drops an NFT into your wallet. These happened a lot at the beginning of NFTs 5 months ago, 6 months ago. They no longer happen very often because it costs a lot in gas fees. And so what will happen now is what is called a free mint. A free mint means you are eligible for this free NFT, but you have to pay the gas. So if you are getting airdrops, you are legitimately being dropped something for free, no gas fee necessary. If you are getting a free mint, which sometimes will be called an airdrop, but is not because it's actually a free mint where you have to pay the gas fee, you may not be able to mint that free thing because gas is too high. Me, 3 or 4 different projects I'm holding right now, I cannot mint the free things because I have 0.02 and gas is definitely 0.04 today. Blue chip is, you'll hear people talk about, invest in blue chip projects. I think blue chip is specifically referring to the little blue verified thing you'll have on Opensea, but not every project that is verified is a blue chip project. Blue chip projects, I think, is also a gambling reference, meaning it's the most valuable. I don't know. I don't gamble. Are the blue chips the most expensive? I don't know. But the blue chip projects are the ones that will be the most valuable in the future. Currently, like CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Gutter Cat Gang, and all of their dogs and pigeons and rats. And then also the cool cats. Some may argue the cool cats are above gutter cats, but whatever. And time will tell which other projects end up being blue chip as well. Yep. Sir, Katie, you want to cover this one?
Oh yeah, sir. That's a lot of people refer to you as sir, which also takes us to the side note. If you're a female, you are going to get called bro constantly. It seems that guys in the community think that bro is gender inclusive. We are slowly educating them and working through this. But if you post in a Discord and your name is Charlotte, they're still going to call you bro.
They're still going to call you bro. And I'll tell you what, I'm a sociology professor, so I see this as like gendered language, and how even if you think it's gender inclusive, you're subconsciously assuming everybody's a bro, everybody's a guy. But I was telling Katie beforehand, I kind of don't say much about it. Like I'll say things here and there, like, I'm a woman. Do you still want to call me bro? And they're like, yeah, bro, it's gender inclusive. And I'm like, okay, but there's lots of women here, just FYI, But I don't like go off on a whole sociological like lecture, which I could, but I don't. And I'll tell you why, because I want to sell NFTs.
It's a delicate balance.
It's a delicate balance. Yeah. If you make too much noise about something, like, well, it's not always true, but it can be. So just know that that is something that people are aware of. You can go around telling people. I started telling people to call me boss. Like, no, I'm not your bro, but I'm your boss. Oh, yeah. And then and I get people now who will call me boss. Like, I take it's that. Sort of like, it's, you can play the game, you can correct them and say it's not gender inclusive, or you can play the game and give yourself a title that's better than bro and makes people have deference to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the next terminology we have is friends, which is obviously a play on actual friends. We just like to spell things differently.
I think it might be because Twitter only allows you a certain number of characters.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that's something I had to like, I saw it happening and I was like, okay, I have to make this conscious decision. Even though my other career is a professor, I'm gonna go ahead and misspell friends.
Yep. Yep. Which makes me laugh and I love it. But you reach a point in some of those posts that you're like, I got to take out a couple of characters. Like, I don't have the space.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Good thing, bad thing. And then the next thing we have is diamond hands, which is, it goes with those that are holding their NFTs. People that believe in the project.
Hands. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I think it's just, you're willing to just sit with the project and hold on longer to see how much it will grow, and just, you believe in the project, you want to be a part of the project.
Right. You're going to hold. Yeah. Like if your hands were made of diamonds, they wouldn't move and you would just hold because you have diamond hands.
Isn't diamond strong?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe because your hands are full of diamonds, all the things you're holding.
Part of the mining. Yeah, because then the next thing we have is paper hands, which is those that buy into projects because they just want to flip. And in the beginning of NFTs, way back when Giana got into it 4 months ago, there was a lot more paper hands going on because there were a lot more projects that you could flip and could make a profit. And right now, I don't know, Gianna, you can tell me what you think. I feel like we're in more of a holding pattern where you're buying into projects and you're staying longer.
Yeah, it's definitely an NFT winter right now. Although there's some other, like, some people have a lot of Ethereum and they're like, I'm going to throw down tons of ETH on this mint and then I'm going to flip a bunch of it for a profit. Now, I don't even know that those are paper hands, honestly. They are in the sense that they're selling, but I feel like paper hands is thrown around Twitter a lot more when somebody takes a loss. So like, for example, I bought an NFT of what was it? Something recently, a turtle, I think, tropical turtles.
Oh yeah.
The person bought the NFT for 0.25 and 7 hours later, they didn't make a profit in 7 hours. They posted it for 0.15. And then I scooped it up. And then within the next 7 hours, the floor on that project was 0.6. Like they had paper hands, meaning they let go of a thing before giving it, they took the loss before giving it a chance to take off. But basically paper hands is anybody who sells at a loss. Gotcha. Or sells below mint. A lot of people, like whales, if they have a ton of ETH, they might buy 100 of a mint, right? And then they hold on to their 5 to 10 really good ones on the rarity, right? The more rare ones, and they sell the rest of them below mint price so they can get some ETH back. So it's like, it's a technique. It's not great technique for the project, but it's a technique that is employed. And I think with a lot of these projects that like are coming out that people are trying to do this sort of thing, yes, they are still flipping. But there is, you're right. A lot of things are not selling right now because the gas fee is at 0.05.
Yeah, because the gas is almost more expensive than half the things you're trying to buy.
Yeah. And so, but also Ethereum is up. So like people sometimes still look at their NFTs in terms of dollars. And so if they bought their NFT when Ethereum was at 2,500 and now Ethereum is at 4,000, then they sell their NFT at a loss so they can cash their Ethereum out. It's beyond me, but that's what's going on.
Boy.
Here's some important links that you're going to need. We'll also post them in the video description. Coinbase is the fastest way to buy ETH and send it to your MetaMask. Coinbase is also coming out with their own NFT platform, so that's going to shift the terrain significantly in the next few months. And we'll have a link to the Coinbase referral at the end of the video. MetaMask, you just go to metamask.io. It's a Web3 wallet that is a browser extension. And I'll again post a link to that. And I want to suggest BlockFi. This is where I put my crypto balances. Because at the end of the year, if you're buying and selling NFTs, I guess the government knows about it and you will be taxed on your profits. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but we will see. This will be the first year we're going to find out. So what you want to do is if you do start taking profits in your NFT, you want to set aside at least 50% of that. And BlockFi has great APY for your crypto savings. I believe I just got an email from them. If you put your money into stable coins are cryptocurrency, but they are attached to the value of the dollar, or they're attached to the value of like currency that's used. So it doesn't fluctuate in the same way that other cryptocurrencies fluctuate. They're giving you 9% APY.
Wow.
Yeah. So like this is the type of interest percentage that you cannot find anywhere else. And from what I've heard from older people, banks used to give you really good interest percentage in your savings accounts. And you could, like, if you made enough money, you could live off the interest. Gone are those days from your regular bank accounts, but they are here in crypto. So I have some Bitcoin, I have some Ethereum, and I have some stable coins, all in my BlockFi. And so far this year, I've earned like $400.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's just free money.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, these links will be at the bottom of our video. And I believe that's the end of our little presentation. You have anything else you want to say?
No, it was very informative. I appreciate it because I'm still learning everything. So it helps solidify a little better in my brain.
I dig it. I really just wanted to help people who are interested in the NFT space, but overwhelmed with everything you need to know. I wanted there to be a quick sort of summary guide. I keep telling people on Twitter, like, we need to create some sort of like ledger or like a Reddit, or I don't even know, something that has like the history of NFTs spanning back the 6 months, because so many things have happened. Like
Yes.
the super yetis, when they first came out, there was a lot of hype and everybody was buying them, but then when they came, like when they revealed, the art was not as good as people hoped, and so it was a total flop. Interestingly, they never rugged, though. They're still creating they're still creating a video game.
Oh,
uh,
nice.
so then, like 2 months ago, people who are new to the NFT space, they come into the NFT space and they don't have any of the access to this history. So I sold a Yeti in the middle of the night. I had 3 Yetis and somebody bought one of my Yetis, and I like took a screenshot, like, oh my God, my Yeti sold. And I posted on Twitter, like, we're all gonna make it because my Yeti sold. This project that flopped at the very beginning of the NFT craze. And then some new guy comes onto my Twitter and is like, paper hands.
You're like, yeah.
I was like, dude, what are you talking to? You're coming in hot on something you know nothing about. So yeah, I think there needs to be some sort of like, I mean, I don't know. We've gone so far. I don't know if anybody even remembers everything, but like something that sort of details the history within the NFT Twitter space and all the projects that have released, because so many things have happened. And like, if you're new to this space, like, you're not going to have any of that background. However, if people are new to the space and they like the Super Yetis, that project deserves to have another go round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hope that you enjoyed our video on NFTs and that this helps you take the plunge into the new artistic, creative, technological advancements.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, cool. Do we have anything else? I'm going to hit
Nope.
stop on recording.